So, hello everyone, welcome to the podcast with Ayushi episode 7. So, today in this video, we are going to talk to Rohith. He is also an AI mentor. He have also mentored so many people in GSoC and SWC events in the college, and also he will share his journey of starting his own websites like Code 365 and Cheesy's Choice. And you will also get to know about freelancing. How can you get into freelancing while you are learning web development and all? So today in this video we'll going to know all the insights that he can give to us and make value addition to us. So today we will get to know all the things about web development and AI that we can. So let's go. To ask you first how was your college? I mean the academics. Also you I have seen you have mentored some of the clubs, some of the students in GSoC and everything. So I would like you to tell how was it and how will you see your 4 years of engineering.
Let me be a graph. I was a student when I was in 12th. I was an introvert. So when I was initially in the college, initially our first sem went in all in whole. So I not get much into I not made much friends. And once I was into college in my second semester for 2 months of they called us to on campus. At that time I just know three to four to maximum five members. Those are from my room. So once I'm back in my holidays, I felt like BTech is something we need to explore and we need to make a friends and we need to make it memorable. Like if it isn't just like introvert, I like attention speaking, it doesn't make any impact. Like paying a fee and also not knowing much, and also like we should have a bit of memories. Then then I want to explore more. I want to make many friends, and I joined first. My first club was a club called Nutrition Club, and there are only just three members of us. One is president, vice president, and another one is me. So that's how I started. Initially, like how clubs will have this process of hiring. Like they will only once in a year they will be hiring, right? So I joined in my first year I joined a nutrition club. I just want to know how these all things works. In my second year I joined ACM. So in my second year itself, I started to in my first year I have I won't say I have good great grades, but I have a 8.6 CGPA in my first year role. And in my second year first sem I wanted to concentrate both on clubs as well as my academics. So what I've done, I have divided the whole day. So a morning time I used to go for badminton, and afterwards I used to by 9 o'clock I started get all the attendance. Only for 9 pointers we have attendance, right? So being an 8.6, I have CGPA,
Yes.
so I don't have attendance exemption. So I should go daily to classes, and that's why I thought if I become a 9 pointer, I will not have this attendance criteria. Then I studied my 2-1, I gave my all efforts. So I got 9.87 CGPA GPA in my third semester. That's how my CGPA went from 8 point some 6 to 8.96, I guess 8.962 directly to 9.3, somewhere around that.
So, I was going through these two websites of yours. It's Code 365 and Cheese Choice. So, what is that? If you can tell to the people or freshers.
Okay, let me say about Code 365. When I sat for placements, I seen two different problems which I personally face. This one is finding the right resources. If found, we should pay for them. They used to take 600 to 700. As a student, I felt like it's just they're misusing what you say, taking advantage of students' opportunity. So they are available free, and why I felt why could I create a website where all resources which I found it useful to make it a beautiful website where students can accessible it for free. That's how the idea Code 65 risen. Last 2024 December I started Code 65, and if to be honest, the platform was fully wipe coded. If anyone is watching this video, if you think how good the UI was built, there are three different AIs I've used for this entire Code 365. One is the just a minute. The whole platform was developed by Russell V0, and the UI components which you are watching right now, I particularly picked it up from a platform called 21st.dev, where npm Next.js components are available for free. So I used to pick based on the generated UI. I used to take take the use case, and I used to bring upon the suitable component, npm like component, and I used to keep it there. And you may say like, bro, like you made it everything in vibe code, and you are saying like, just saying like that. See, I'm into AML domain, so I have learned web development in my fourth year itself. And to be honest, I know basics of web dev until third year, but I started learning and keeping full fledged on. I started in my fourth year. That's a code. Right now, code 365 has around 675 users around, and like monthly visits up to 1K to 1.5K.
So, how is this websites have this revenue? How they generate revenue or something?
Yeah,
What's the basic idea
yeah,
about
like
it?
right now, I'm running student. I told right initially, uh, like if you are building something, you should know marketing. So right now it's in the initial stages of my website is in its initial stage. So I don't want to give it as a like a something which students cannot. And it would be if I want. I would like I'm saying I will be charging a bit amount, like I would be charging money, but right not no. But like because I'm adding course contents, and also like I'm restructuring the whole website. Like when like I'm thinking if someone pays the money, it should be worth to that much. I thought the initial price of website like it would be around like 50 to 60 rupees per month, which a student can be afforded. Because the idea was risen from the student perspective. I don't want to charge highly, and the DSA problems which like you are seeing in the platform. If you are able to just go to code365.tech. That's the website of mine. And if you visit the platform, there is a section called DSA problems. You all might know there was the top popular three sheets called Striver sheet, and also
Hmm.
Lauba version sheet, and also Harsh Goel sheet. These are the top three DSA sheets. What I have done, I have created a Python program, and I have merged all these three sheets and find the similarities what are the problems which is having most occurrences. So I shortlisted those problems, and like again I went to I did a bit scrapping from few other websites, and made a entire sheet for the topic wise. That's how the DSA problems in the website made.
Got it. So it's, I was also going through like all the DSA problems which were there. They will, if you want to code, they'll redirect you to
Yeah,
GFG.
not only GFG.
Gigs.
They like GFG, lead code, and also code forces. What I have done,
Acha, okay.
total there were I guess 453 problems, including SQL problems. I have divided in a way such that three platforms. When someone is hiring, when I was in on campus, they are seeing only three platforms: either lead code profile, GFG profile, and code forces profile.
Code
So
forces.
what I have done, the most submissions made, if there was a basic array problem, I used to check three platforms, like which is the most submissions, which means which have high test cases. So obviously, few important problems, I have given GFG as the main, because in GFG the test cases is like around 1200 to anywhere between 1200 to 1300. So if we are having detailed test cases, it would give to get optimized solution. That's the one reason for one of the reason which I given few for almost 40 questions would be 40% of the questions will redirect to GFG, and 20 to 30% would be lead code, and rest of all will be code forces.
So as you said, like you have also worked for clients. It's like a freelancing thing that you have did for somebody. So how can students or freshers they can make use of web development and then later on they can transition towards freelancing? Because I don't think students should wait for them to get placement and then get money. They should start early. They should start earning from by learning some of the skills on side by side. So if they want to start this freelancing in this web development area, so how they can start?
Okay. See, my journey towards freelancing started when I was in second. I told like third semester, right? So initial days, like I approached a faculty, a faculty approached me. Like I told, I used to have a good relation with the faculty, who is from maths department of our college, and at that time I used to think okay, we need to approach individually, we need to cold mail them. But at that time, sir approached me sir asked everyone who can make a portfolio for me. I would I will who are interested to make a portfolio, to make a website to me. and that's how my I made my initial gig like around 6,000 rupees within about like Sartol. It would, it's not necessary to be coded, you can do
Hmm.
with no code also. And then that's how I made a WordPress website. And like it took me around, let me say, 2 days, I guess, maximum 2 days. That too, 4 hours in a day, for 3 hours, total 7 hours. So in 7 hours, I earned 6,000 rupees. That's how I initially made my initial gig. And afterwards, like I created my portfolio. Like what are the I applied through web like cold emailing, and afterwards I created a portfolio of myself. And I started approaching startups. And like how I used to approach, like I used to make a like there is a website called Startup India, where I used to go regular and check like newly registered startups. And also mostly these startups, like a few startups, will not have a high end user designed websites.
Hmm.
So I used to cold email them. Like with my portfolio, I have worked with 2 to 3 clients. Like at the initial stages, I told like I had 2 to 3 clients which I made, and I used to keep their website links. And like, okay, they used to verify with the other, like my previous clients also. Once they once they got, they used to call me. Like we used to schedule a call. After scheduling the call, like I used to say like these are the impacts which a website, like initially if you are starting as a student freelancer with no freelance clients, I would suggest make a detailed portfolio of your, like what are the things you can work upon. And once you got, if your initial first client, just to explain like how their website is like having a problems, like what are the problems in their website right now. Because once someone find like as a perspective of one, let me say, company perspective, what they think. So like if they're if they had a product or they have any website, if there was a flaw which is making them to earn money. So most of the startups or anything, like anyone would expect to generate more revenue. That's the main thing. So if you're starting as a student freelancer, if there was a basic website, you can just say like your website is too basic. Like not you must not say directly. You should convey it and to like indirectly, so that your website is somewhat basic. That's where
Hmm.
you are lacking a bit in the in this with your competition initial startups. So I initially like I started with no code development offering, and afterwards I started with I again once I learned SEO again I called all my previous clients, and I told like I would be creating a SEO for them. And again I made again like there was previous clients as my new clients for SEO, like my new emphasis. And then afterwards I used to learn again new skill, and I used to think like what are the impacts in my previous clients. So I made like their my previous clients as their, like they would think if any problem in the website occurs, they just either email me or call me.
Hmm.
So like they had belief like if I had any problem in this like in my website, Rohit would be the one which I can approach, and he would be the one who would be solving me. That's how I made like right now I'm having repetitive clients of 4 to 5. There's all an initial startups. So, and I have right now I'm learning agents and I'm making agents for the startups. Right now agents has been booming. If you're someone right now who wants to start freelance, something you can explore is like the domain of agents. Right now many, like there are freelancers who are doing this. But if you're someone who wants to learn like easier, there is a tool called N8, I guess everybody knows that. If you are working on agents, N8, just like it takes hardly 2 to 3 hours to develop an in you are in your to develop a medium based agent. So you just see any startup and approach your website. Your website is good, and if agents can impact, like can make an impact to your website, can impact your startup, you can just implement. You can just implement use case for them, and just send me like a detailed how, like not in detail, just send a brief how, like what are the things you would be adding upon for them, and just onboard a call with them. And also make on once you onboard the call, you just explain what are the things you would be adding to their website, and which is making a bit of revenue or like improvement in their sales.
Value addition.
Yeah.
Hmm. So basically,
That's
also I wanted to know, you have published some research papers and you have also have patent. So patent is about what?
okay. My patent is on it is a German based patent. but almost it is in publishing right now. Almost 90% of the work was done, and my patent is on like brain tumor detection for elderly, the people, old people. It's in brief using some new there is an optimization called sine cosine optimization, and like this was my patent behind this is the one thing which I have seen in my face, when I was in my hometown. There are many old people in my locality, they don't know what is meant by brain tumor, brain cancer. They just like felt my brain is had few symptoms we can find. So what I have done, initial stages of cancer cannot be identified by with the visible wise all the times. So I thought to make an best optimized law. There are already existing many codes for on brain tumor. What I have done, I want to optimize it. So I just checked with the ones which are which is not already existing, which is not having which is having, what do you say, which is worked before but left in off. So I met a senior of mine from our campus who worked on this. We both worked we both worked under on we both worked on it, and we applied for patent, and it got accepted, but it is in publishing stage, due to some other what do you say, when dealing with the healthcare scenarios, it would take some other time to make, what do you say, live use cases. They would be verifying in depth, so that to take they told it would take some other time. But my research paper on this has been accepted, and within in this month, and it is published.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was just seeing your LinkedIn profile, so I was like, okay, research papers and patents. Because if you are a student and you also have research papers in your resume, or even you have this thing, so it adds a lot of value even when you are going to have your further studies. It gives a lot of value to you, as well as it really easier to get admissions. I hope this is what happens mostly.
Yeah, the senior who worked with me, he was in right now in University of MIT, right? He was in MIT Ahmedabad right now. So he's working in he's an MS graduate in MIT right now. He's studying there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, research papers, of course. That is what I've also heard from a lot of teachers. Like, research paper is good to have on your resume. So, tell me something about this SWOC and GSoC and all these things. What are they and how you mentor students basically?
Okay, before I go to mentoring, what I just say what are the things, what these all things, Google GSoC, Google Summer of Code, which is a few companies or few projects would be mentioned in a platform where it is a month of, you can think contribution festival in easier way, where all the repositories are made in public, where you can contribute to them, where I told previously, one thing you should remember, you need to find, if you're you need to find an error, if you found something is an error, you need to make an impact on that. That is the one thing you can create when you're considering, in my with my perspective, I can say always you need to find, you need to see what are the edge cases, where you can create an impact. So small, there will be always even the high end top developer might leave a small edge. So that edge must be your what do you say, your strength to become you must find those edges, because finding edge cases and finding edge hided vulnerabilities is one which is hard. So if you are able to get that, it would make much so much addition to your career. So what these all things is, it's these all things are bit similar to GSoC, either you may think girl summer script of code or SWOC or RPTRE, which is by the GSoC community. These are three things which are personally mentored. These are three things are also similar to open source contributions. The first thing of GSoC comes Hacktoberfest, which is conducted by GitHub every year in the month of October. So in this Hacktoberfest, almost all the companies will be making their repositories, which is having Hacktoberfest label, so you can contribute to them. There are, I seen few of my online friends who contributed to the repositories, few companies, and they got hired intern as an intern, and right now they made it as a PPO, full time offer. They are working for them, and this is how they they found an issue in the like a issue in the code, and they raised an issue on like how they are solving it, and you will be getting repository access. You can just edit the code, and you can just push the code into origin. That's how each of them, like I guess, made 4 to 5. They found 4 to 5 issues in the application. That's how they got it, their internship. So this is how most of the most of the things happen in the side of open source, like how open source contributions right now. There are few ones who are making open source contribution as you should come like, as something what is it, highly, they're thinking like it is like an IIT rank 111 right now. See, it doesn't make an impact if you selected either for GSoC or if you contribute other repositories. It's the one which how you impacted their like application or the ones, because just selecting to GSoC or selecting to some other open source contributions doesn't make you the one, but if how much you're contributing to their repository will shape you in the career of if you're someone who wants to move towards open source contributions. So these are the things how open source contributions works. As a mentor, I have done, there are a few times where students will be coming from first years and second years who want to contribute to open source repositories. So like there would be 10 to 20 projects would be there for each and every every what do you say, every contribution program. So open like either GSoC or SWC. So there are different projects which others will be giving upon and they will be assigning 2 to 3 mentors for each 2 to 3 different projects. So like I was assigned while I was in GSoC, I was assigned a different project, and the problem like if any fresher or like first year or second year students wants to contribute to that, they would be asking like, brother, where I can contribute. So I can say like these maybe there may be an error in this, just find it, because we cannot spoon feed them all the time. They need to habituate to it. And also if they had any problem like while they, so like if they found issue but they don't know how to solve it, they would approach mentor like me. So like I would suggest like these are the things you can make, and you can, and like these all the things will be happening in Discord. They'll just ping me, and either in Discord I'll join either text call or like voice call. This is how mentorship in those programs work. Okay? And at the end I will the one who will be accepting PRs from along with the like repository owner. Mentors will be the one who will be accepting in few contribution programs like in SDR, Gal Summer of Script of Code. Mentors will be also one who can
Hmm.
accept PR merges with verifying all the previous code.
Got it. So, like, if somebody wants to use AI in their daily life, how can they make use of it properly? If you have some hacks or something, so that they can know better.
Like if someone wants to use AI, first like they should let me say in the era of 2023 times, like in the year of 2023, 2024, there are just like 30 to 40 AI tools. But you can see right now there are like 1,000 AI tools. Like which daily there are tons on 50 to 60 AI tools are emerging agents. So like everybody are working on AI right now. So if you want to get like usage how to use daily like if you want to make usage of AI in your regular life, one thing you should remember like how AI is replacing with your with your tasks right now. So in my case, like previously, I used to make like a daily, every day I used to make targets, and like I used to check my Notion template, like my template like timing. So we will be planning a day, right? So I used to all the time. I used to check all the time, but right now I create an AI agent where I like my vocal comments will just I whether will assign the task whether it's completed, and it will notify me the next upcoming task what I have to done in day to day life. And also I would not like if you're a student who are watching this, don't rely on ChatGPT all the time. In recent times there was an just a minute. There was a research found on ChatGPT, I'm from MIT, where they have taken 90 students divided into 3 batches. For 3 months, one batch would be working on whole on ChatGPT, and one batch would be would be working to learn a new skill. They would be working off ChatGPT and off, like they would be learning themselves. On another batch, they will learn by themselves. So in the end, the ones who are using ChatGPT have have lost their thinking capability by 83%. The results have been shown. So you should use AI, but AI should not use you. So that's how you should use AI. And there are like use cases different for each and everybody. Like if you are someone, you would be like as a YouTuber, you would be having some other different task, like uh, how you will be using AI. In my perspective, I told one of my use case where I'm using AI right now, and another one is like I have an AI agent myself. Like some previously I used to create content from initial days of my content creation. I started in this January. I created an agent avatar using AI. It used to like replicate my voice. That's how like few like I cannot reveal all the things. So these are the few cases right now I'm using
Okay, okay.
AI
So
in my day-to-day
it's
life.
to make, you have to make use of the AI in such a way that you can plan your day, and you also don't have to rely much on it. Like your thinking capability will decrease. It's better to rely on your things well, and then if you want, you can make use of it. I mostly use AI like ChatGPT for ideas. Like if I'm not getting any ideas, then I'll just use it. Or if I want some basic initial description of the idea, how it should go, the direction of the idea. That's it. For like your code 65, what is the code's tech stack that you're using for building these websites?
I previously mentioned like a whole code list was wipe coded, but like the tech stack right now I'm using is Next.js I'm using, and React.js for front end. And for database, like Superbase is the one which I felt like easier, convenient for the like initial who are using data, like who are learning databases. Superbase right now I'm using Superbase, and in Code 365 or SEO I have done Google Analytics. Okay, in my case, I would be saying in two cases. Like if your website is code and no code, like almost both of the times, you'd be using there. Like if you want to create a website, you'd be using meta tags like in a website, and also the name like what are the if you want to create a website, let me say the name of the page along with the website name, and also you'd be having meta tags, like meta tags in the sense like when how let me say how SEO works, like uh, Google Search Console uh, bots will crawl into your website, like will go in depth to your website, and they'll check each and every text mentioned in your website. Based on that, Google search ranking algorithm will rank your website in all the like in particular word. So if you're creating a website, the name of your website also matters. So in my perspective, Code 365 is the one which I got in such a way. Like there are few the most such keywords in code is like in Google is, well, if you're a developer, how to code, how to start with coding, how to do code in 365, how to do code in 330 months, like 30, sorry, not even 30 days. So this is how everybody types. So this is how code 365, like the name code 365 arose to me. And if you are like for SEO, we need to you can see many videos on YouTube. They mention like keywords in the YouTube. Like we need to mention keywords in our text. Keywords will be help our someone's website to rank in among the competitors in the particular link domain. Like in particular, in my case, code 365, there are particular domains like code365.com minus .tech, and there may be domain .xyz. So which makes differ from three of us. Let us think. So code to issue domain .com may not have good SEO, but I may have good SEO. Unlike .xyz, I have mild SEO. So the in out of three, it will like a Google search rank algorithm will make with high SEO keywords and with the higher impact will get the first search. Like just code 365. In code 365, like my website will be the one which will be coming in the first one. That is how SEO works.
Yeah. So I wanted to know about Cheese Choice also. What is that? Have you built it for somebody else, or is it your website only?
Okay. I forgot one more thing in my like 4 year career. Like in my sixth semester, all my friends I told, like five of our friends I told, right? We all sat together and we started a startup. So like at that time, like I was they like we thought like how we at AP there was a struggle for delivering only weekends. We used to get deliveries, right? So what we thought is like at that time Zomato and Swiggy also was not available on VIT. So we thought to bring all the vendors in one single platform because they are manually taking the orders all the time, and few times they're missing the orders. So we thought like why can't we bring an application? This is one use case which we have which we have thought and which we started to work upon. And initially like we not think it as a startup, we thought like it's just a project. So all my friends and like I was the one after like I joined after 2 to 3 months of development. Like after 3 months of started like my friends started developing the website. I joined them as like operations intern. Like I joined managing the operations deliveries, and we thought to make it as like full fledged. And contacted all the vendors of sort of who are selling all the food items, and we created an app for that, and we want to implement that. And due to some reasons in fourth year we we made it into a startup product. Like we started a startup named App in Access Private Limited. Like one of my friends started. Three of my friends were the ones who are in the chief they were in the high positions, and I was in the as a chief operating officer. Due to what do you say, few concerns or like few regulations from our all companies, we were about to we gave our startup like while we are working for but like I said, we all got placement, and while we are working for them, we cannot be see watch or so, like top positions for other companies, right? So for that reason, we just stopped right now, and we are starting like in this month or next month, we are starting our operations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there are many of my like seniors who are like earning more than a software developer would earn like in the middle ages right now, like middle terms of his career. They're earning like let me say more than 15 to 20 lakhs in a quarter, like
4 months.
in 6 months.
Understood. 6 months like that.
4 to 6
Yeah.
months there. There are few of my friends.
That's why I feel freelancing is something we can also, sit with our comfort by sitting at home, and we can work for clients across the world wherever you want to, and it's much better. It's like work from home than going to the companies and getting some sort of money. We can earn more than from this freelancing and all if we get, at a point like we can go till lot of clients, or even if one client is paying you more than 30 other clients. So that's about all this, like your journey, the freelancing and the website that you have built. And I hope whoever will watch this video, even the freshers, they will get an insight on how they can also start their journey of freelancing, or at least learn the web development to a level that they can build things for their own sake. Even if tomorrow you want to turn into an entrepreneur, you can start with the things because you already know the basics of it. So thank you, Rohit, for coming to the podcast. I feel audience might have got a lot of value. Freshers also, they keep asking me some queries, and a lot of people were telling me to have a podcast. I was like, okay, let's restart this playlist again. So thank you for coming to the podcast. So, yeah. So thank you for watching the video. We'll meet you in the next one. Till then, keep watching, keep hustling.